Let's go to Gatorade Victory Lane. Dick Berggren.
Ricky Craven, congratulations. Come on out of your race car, my friend. Ricky Craven drove the wheels off it today. The crew is cheering him as they should be. What a run. Oh, here we go. Everybody gets wet. Hey, that last lap, how sure were you that you were going to be able to make it to the start-finish line and not wreck?
Oh, my gosh. I had no idea, but I've done this for over 20 years. And as a racer, that's it. You dream of that, and being a New England boy and, being attached to this sport, NASCAR, my whole life, I knew there was none any tougher than Darlington. So that's the one I wanted to win the worst. And, wow, this is sweet. I just got to thank everybody. Thank everybody back home. And it's amazing that you can drive and pray at the same time, but I was doing it.
Were you holding your breath on those last couple of laps? You're puffing.
I wasn't holding my breath, but I was working pretty hard. Maybe it didn't look that hard, but I tell you what, Kurt is such a good racer, and we got together, and I don't know why we didn't wreck with a couple laps to go. And then we said, well, let's try it again, But it is absolutely the most fun I've ever had. Really thankful to have the opportunity to be driving the Tide Pontiac and to have this group of people, and really thankful I got these three, Kay, Riley, and Everett, and life's good.
It is good. Congratulations. It's great for the fans who enjoyed this race as well. To Ginny Zelasco.
Well, Mark Martin, after a couple of races that didn't go quite the way you wanted to, it's about time, yes?
Well, we had a great race car with the Viagra Taurus, fantastic car today, and I'm just honored and privileged to drive for this race team. Not everything always goes just right every time, and some days you drive around the fence, and some days it's something else. We had a great run today, and my only hope is that this team can continue to give me just every fourth or fifth or sixth race through the season. If they can give me a race car like that, we'll win a lot of races. They don't have to run that good every week. They don't have to run that good to win, if everything goes your way. But they've got to be pretty competitive, and our car was just spectacular today.
So you don't have to go to sleep worrying about the lug nut. Matt?
And Jeannie, after scoring 3 times sixth-place finishes, Dave Blaney, a career day, third. You can just feel this team getting closer and closer.
Yeah, we got some momentum rolling on our side. Booty is doing a great job with these cars and with my whole crew, and I can't thank him and the owners enough for putting this deal together over the winter. It's working well. We keep gaining, getting better and better, and I can see it, we can feel it. So hopefully we'll just continue on here.
A wild finish. Dave Blaney, third here at Darlington. Mike?
Ricky Craven, with a last lap pass, has become the 40th different Winston Cup driver to win at Darlington Raceway. Ricky Craven, in a 2-lap battle to the finish, beats Kurt Busch by just this little much.
Look at the smoke flying off them. They're rubbing on each other like crazy, man.
And in Kurt Busch's pit, they're not sure. How close was it? 2 1/1000ths of a second. We've had a great finish at Rockingham, 2 abreast racing at Las Vegas and at Atlanta. And here we are with a great last lap finish. What a season this is starting out to be.
Well, I think it's parity. I mean, I really do believe that NASCAR has nailed it with the body location and the common template, because we're seeing everybody getting better and better and better. But this race, it's by far and away my most favorite. I've won several races. This is my favorite race of all time. To see that finish, those last couple of laps, Kurt turns Ricky sideways down there in turn 2. They go down to 3 and 4 and come off turn 4. It's like, I don't care if we wreck or not. We're going for the win.
But I think the parity there, 5 races, we've had 5 different winners, 3 manufacturers. We had a record 2 years ago of winners 19. We're going to bust that record all to pieces this year.
Yeah, plus I tell you something else we got to look at. The Tony Stewart, the guy that finished 10th. He's a guy, he's a championship contender. That consistency is there for that team. That's somebody we keep our eye on. And my little brother, Mikey, he's going to be pretty tough, too.
Finishes 5th after having to go to the rear of the field, just like Kurt Busch did.
5 Fords, 3 Chevys, a Pontiac, and a Dodge in the top 10. And boy, Bristol next week, Chris Meyer.
And Kurt Busch, of course, won there last year. Let's take a look at the points. Matt Kenseth of Roush Racing hanging on steady. Jeff Hammond, as we look, Ricky Craven jumps all the way up to 5th. You see Kurt Busch currently running 6th. NASCAR's top 10, the Winston Cup point standings. And we had a little March Madness here in Darlington. Talk about a buzzer beater. Let's go back for a moment. Ricky Craven, of course, a Red Sox fan making New England proud, and a guy who can relate to the Red Sox's struggles at Fenway, certainly a traditional track like Darlington. Had to enjoy the moment and fought Kurt Busch to the finish.
Well, I mean, right now, what you saw is one of the nicest guys in racing when it comes to somebody like Ricky Craven. But he really showed he can get up on the wheel.
Unbelievable.
I mean, it's like two heavyweights just duking it out right there over the last couple laps. Who wanted it the most? Well, right there at the end, Ricky Craven got the best of Kurt Busch, but it was by a matter of inches. As Darrell has said, this is one of the most exciting races I've ever seen here at Darlington, and I've seen a few.
People are up and hollering, and of course, the photo finish. NASCAR has a camera at the start-finish line. They keep close. Look at the margin of victory.
It's just a matter of inches. I mean, it's probably maybe 6 inches right now. You know, Ricky Craven was able to pull this victory off, but I mean, it was a hard-fought day. I mean, it was a lot of guys that were in contention. Mark Martin was in contention. Jeff Gordon looked like he was a shoe-in for his 7th win. It didn't happen that way. The lady in black, she worked her little mystery today, and she produced a brand-new winner. And I tell you right now, Ricky Craven will savor this one for a long time to come. And Kurt Busch, I'm sure he can't wait to get to Bristol next week where he can go and continue this beating and banging.
Short track racing, we saw a sample of that. Of course, last year, Kurt Busch at Bristol, where we'll head next week, held off Jimmy Spencer. NASCAR fans, if you missed the secret car earlier today, you can still enter the Be a NASCAR Grand Marshal for a Day contest. Tune into the first hour after the green flag drops of the Winston Cup races. Look for that secret number on the animated car. Log on to NASCAR.com or FoxSports.com and be a NASCAR Grand Marshal for a Day. The contest continuing next week here on Fox, where we show you Bristol and the McDonald's Drive-Thru Championship. We'll keep an eye on those pit stops. On the pre-race show, we'll continue to update, and we saw some amazing pit stops today. And again, next week, the scene shifts to Bristol, one of the great tracks in NASCAR. Another full weekend. Friday, the NASCAR Busch Series qualifying. That's on Speed, followed by NASCAR Winston Cup qualifying on Fox Sports Net. Saturday, NASCAR Busch Series racing on FX, followed by Winston Cup practice. Sunday, start your day with NASCAR this morning. Smirnoff Ice Triple Black on Fox Sports Net presents that. The pre-race show with the race from Bristol on Fox beginning at 12:30 Eastern. And there is Ricky Craven, the only Pontiac in the top 10 this year, and now the only Pontiac to win. And what a win it was, as it was a terrific race here. The faces of determination, fearless in the face of the lady in black, and a race really of 5 parts. Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading, and then Mark Martin, and then Jeff Gordon, Kurt Busch taking over. And at the end, the only time that Ricky Craven led in this race was when it mattered the most, and that was at the end of the race. And he is the one who tamed the track that was supposedly too tough to tame. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching NASCAR on Fox.